like I said, consultation at its best. Right now, moving to a farm. What are you going to do?
Synchronizing.
Maybe synchronize some animals so that you know when to give breeding, insemination. That's what we do. Consultants, the same thing. The consultants are going through to get to your farm, and then we get there, you give us water to drink, and you say thank you. Yeah? You'll go back into that animal and take our drugs.
Yeah.
Huh?
They'll be like, that's too much.
We're like, doctor, thank you.
That's too much.
Yeah? Give us that money.
What's going through him?
Huh? We are inhaling dust here. I mean, I do have a mask. We do have masks, but you know, some tiny specks are coming through the eyes and shit. And then you're going to tell us just to take water. Huh? Or tea. Tea in the middle of the day. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what they're going to give us, but we are proper consultant certified, and we give a qualified professional advice. So that was just for comic purpose. Our esteemed customers know and they know what it means to have such good consultants to inform them and direct them. Yeah. Fully budgeted. Our kids are with us.
And dust is dusting.
The dust is also with us.
Dust is dusting.
Man. Besides that, at least this part looks smooth. But dusty as fuck.
We're almost our destination. Just a few kilometers.
It's a long ride. Long ride to farmers. Long ride. So when you call us to your farm, professional advice, you know, we have to take into account where we are, where we are coming from, so that we do a proper assessment of the time. See, at such a time it's too hot,
Dusty.
too dusty, and we're using a bike. Hopefully we'll get our own, so that very soon we're manifesting it, so that you know, we can catch some things. But that notwithstanding, the journey is going on very nice. We're just coming from that farm, but we could not record video inside there. You know, some farmers prefer their privacy. Privacy is very important.
Security conscious.
Yes. Now, we were complaining earlier that we don't want to be given tea when we land there. Well, we did get tea, but we got a good meal. I could not record it also, but it was a heavy.
But you can show them. You can show them.
We got first we got a good meal, posho,
Peanuts,
peanuts, beans.
that combination.
And then, because we are living and we get a gift. So these are farmers who are doing livestock production, dairy production. You have some good fractions and some ashers there, some Kirolanda also there. Value addition is one of the key things that every farmer should embrace. And this is one of the value addition the farmer was doing. So they gifted us each a yogurt to test their milk. I'm telling you, you go to a farmer and you get a gift like that, it's an amazing feeling. So we're heading back to another farmer, back to the old dusty road again. So here we go. See you on the next phase. Hopefully next time we get to show you what happens in the life of livestock consultants as you're delivering these services all over Uganda. From viewers truly Agri Talk with Ayaka and
Dr. Thomas.
Dr. Thomas. See you in the next. We have a whole kit of packages with us. So, and we have Ben.
Ben, our driver.
Our driver is taking us around everywhere, making sure we get there safe. That's what we're talking about. And there's another one coming. You see that? That's what we're suffering as consultants. Well, we're not suffering, but yeah, the challenges we face when you're coming to your farm. But it's an amazing. The first spot, we get good meal, we get good yogurt, we enjoy the conversation. Hopping to the next step. See you in the next place. Very small.
Back on the spot. But that's not going off midnight. That's the
Life of a consultant, I'm telling you. We have to reach people. We have to offer our professional service to people. And that is the beauty of agriculture, by the way. And we're loving it.
So we got to the farm, and as you can see by the looks of it, it's a very neat dairy parlor. So that was the parlor, and then we walked in. Look at those Frisians. They looked incredibly healthy, and the body condition score was perfect. I mean, it was so perfect that you can, at that moment, it was the right time for inseminating, and then we got into work.
So you can either use sawdust, make sure that it's comfortable, not too cold, not too wet. This is the perfect bedding.
And the more the cow is comfortable, the more milk it produces. And in the process of relaxing, rumination takes place. So the milk synthesis takes place. This is what we always talk about. And see, they eat. From eating, they go rest. Not every time they're in the shoot, eating. Eat, resting.
12 to 14 hours is the amount of time that the cow needs to process the milk. Most of that time, as my colleague has said, is not spent on the feeding area. It's spent on the resting area. So most farmers, what you should always try to consider is make sure the environment where they're resting is as comfortable as possible. This farmer is using some sawdust and some straws to make sure the bed is as comfortable as possible. And that is the best thing to practice for farms. Some use carpet. Well, carpet is easier to clean, but when you look at it from the side of animal comfort, somehow it's not that much of comfort to eat, because remember, it's very thin layered, and when animal is lying on it, it's almost like it's lying on the floor. So it's almost like you are putting a small mat on the floor and you're sleeping on it. You still feel like the surface is hard. That's why most farmers are going into sawdust and dry stuff to make sure that the animal is as comfortable as possible. And you can look on the other side also. It is the same thing. Very soft, very dense. The animals feel nice on that resting area.
My most special thing to do to farms, and it's bonding to animals. And if you've seen in my previous videos, I like doing it because you get to understand if there any tension. If you see the animals are surrounding you, it means they are at peace with you.
Good hand animals. So all these have been synchronized. And when you take a look at that, that's what we expect to experience. When it's climbing on top and it's accepting to be mounted on, it shows the hitch is really wide. So you can see that animal is ready to be served. That is what would be expected, or what is going to happen when these come to time after the drugs that you are giving them. That is what you expect to experience with them. And then if it happens in the morning, the rule of thumb happens in the morning, inseminate in the late evening, and then conception will happen. So that is what we've come here to do, to synchronize the animals with Dr. Thomas, synchronize them, and then
we inseminate them later, and then production happens, and reproduction happens, and production in the same order, and your farm grows.
After that, the introduction to the farm, my colleague jumped straight into work, and that was the synchronization, which is just basically injecting hormones into the animals that are ready. So if the scope is well, you have to follow a certain program. It can be a 3-day program or a 1-week program, and after that, the animals will be ready to be served. So this is just inducing the animal to synchronize, which means you're just bringing them to come on heat almost at the same time, which makes it easier for you to do proper breeding. And as you can see, he did it to this batch. There are some animals that the farmer wanted them to come on heat at the same time, around that time. To farmers, this is the most important thing if you have a herd like this, to ensure that at least in your production cycle you have a definite number, and it also like kind of like you're selecting the breeds you want to inseminate. So that's what my colleague was doing all here. This farmer was pointing us out to the animals that he wants to be synchronized, and as you can see, they were actually about to be on heat. So this was like the second time we were on the farm. So from what you've seen, they're trying to mount on others, which means like the heat, they are indeed coming to the heat. And after they really come to the heat where we are like, okay, now they're on heat, we separate them, inseminate them, and yes.
These ones, and I gave them on the same day. You can now see these ones are already mounted, showing that they're already coming on that. So on the third day, yeah, so on the third, yeah, proper nutrition contributes also on the fertility rate. You can call it like that. So if the nutrition is poor, so if even the conceiving rate will be low, it takes time. The body condition is poor. Yeah.
After some little bit of explanation, we were heading into the calf house.
So I think what is this? Potato vines. Wow.
Put some molasses on it.
Molasses.
Looks nice. Smells good. Sweet potato vines. Wilted. Added some molasses. Some good energy source here. And protein also. Hey. This farmer is really doing nice. See the size of the chopping. Perfect size. If you mix it with your chopped feed, in this size at least, the animal is able to grasp them.
So the mud is gone. Yolando, come and see something beautiful. So what is it? Are you done?
Yeah, we can just
So now I sing. Wow. See how dead.
very nice.
The bedding.
Very nice.
Very gridando.
I think this was the last exciting part of the tour or the consultation service, and it was meeting this bull, a Girolando. And an amazing thing, it wasn't even an year old. I think it was around 8 months, what the farmer told us. And as you can see, it had a very, very great body, and it's what they were using to breed for other Girolandos on the farm. You'll see the cows, they're there, crossbreeds of this bull, and this is a pure Girolando. So from there they got the crossbreeds from them, and this, what you're seeing right now, which is some pure Girolando, and then the black and white, which is a cross, and then some other pure, not poor, pure, and then a cross of the Girolando and the Frisian. So what the farmer is trying to get is to get a dual purpose breed. What you can see from the bull, even the cows that you've seen, they're not even 5 months old. From the record, it was clocking to 5 months. So they were around 4 months old, and you could see from the body that they were really, 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 really doing well. And from the feed, he's just feeding them straws, the hay straws, and some silage. The hay straws are too induce the women's development through the friction, the roughage in the fibers, induce the women development of those calves. Like I've said, they were young, and then went through the chopping area. And the size is good. Like they're not chopping too small or too large, it is sizable. The feed is wilted, so to get rid of the high moisture and make sure that the feed they're getting is highly of only dry matter content, which means the nutrients concentration would be high. And then this is another, like where they're going to pour the sweet potato vines, so they're kind of trying to, this is like they're mixing, feed mixing spot. So they're mixing all this feed. There is silage there was hay, and then there's that sweet potato vines, and then they pour in some concentrates to make sure that it's complete. And that's how this farmer was boosting his animals. And you can't really argue with his methods because you saw how the animals were really doing. So this is what I was saying about earlier about his mixing spot. So he's adding the sweet potato vines on top. Remember this, it has energy and also has protein. The nitrogenous composition is also a little bit higher. Remember that nitrogen content in these leguminous plants is what the animal is using to create proteins. And to every farmer, to ensure that the production kind of drops, the main idea is to take keen into the forage protein, the plant protein or the forage protein. That is usually like kind of the cheapest way. It reduces the over reliance on the commercial feed. So, commercial feed are quite expensive if you're not making it your own. And so to reduce that, you can kind of try to focus on forage-based protein feed.
Being, how do you make sure that your farm is good? This is how you make sure your farm is really doing well. And it's an honor to visit this farmer and see the types of, the way he is doing his farming. Look here, such amazing breed as I've explained. It's a good Frisian, it's a Girolando. Then you have a crossbreed of Frisian and Girolando. That's a Girolando also. So just like we say, before you start in your production, make sure you consider breeds. Whatever breeds you're using are going to make sure or dictate what kind of production or the level of production you're going to have on your farm. You take that into consideration, everything goes very well for you. This is AgriTalk with Ayaka. See you in the next video. Thank you for joining. And if you're new to this account, kindly follow, subscribe, hit that like button, and share a comment also.